thing could kill me.
Well, what should we do?
Quick, get my EpiPen from the bag.
It's not in here.
Dang, I must have left it at home.
It's filling up like a balloon.
It's turning very red.
You must be having an anaphylactic reaction. Call 911.
Anaphylactic allergic reactions like this one kill over 2,000 people in the United States alone.
People who suffer from possible lethal allergies should constantly carry an EpiPen, a syringe containing epinephrine. Epinephrine is a drug that makes the heart pump faster and causes blood vessels to constrict, stopping an anaphylactic reaction.
Sometimes people who need their EpiPen find out that they don't have it with them. They may have left it at home or someplace they can't get to in time to use it.
Sometimes people responding to the emergency, even in the ER, might not realize it's an anaphylactic reaction and won't give the proper treatment.
Anaphylactic allergic reactions may cause a person to fall unconscious or become very confused before they can find and use their EpiPen.
AutoEpi.
Our innovative solution is a surgically implanted EpiPen. AutoEpi would be surgically implanted into the body and designed to last for many years.
AutoEpi would have a sensor to detect histamine in the blood and a processor to analyze the information. If a spike in histamine is detected, epinephrine is injected into the muscle.
A needle could be inserted through the skin into a small port on the device to suck out old epinephrine and replace it with fresh, or refill it when it has been used up.
AutoEpi would have a long-life battery, like those currently used in implantable heart defibrillators.
The average dose of epinephrine is 0.3 milliliters, so our device would be small. An outside monitor could be used to receive readings from the internal device, such as whether the device is activated and needs new epinephrine, or if your battery power is running low, or if your histamine levels have reached a dangerous level.
AutoEpi could save lives. Simon, think fast.
Oh, pass me.
Ah, a bee. I'm allergic to bees. Ah, dang, you got me.
Oh, what should we do?
Well, I have an AutoEpi, an implant that should stop the reaction.
Are you alright? What happened?
Yeah, I'm fine. My implant stopped the reaction.
You better get checked out by a doctor. Let's go. Ask your doctor if AutoEpi is right for you. Side effects may include fast time, heartbeat, nervous, sweating, nausea, falling, trouble eating, headache, dizziness, headache, shaking, depressing. If any effects persist or worsen, notify doctor for problems and problems. Seek immediate medical attention when headache is rare but serious side effects occur. Regular heartbeat, chest pain, vision, seizures, confusion. This is not a complete list of possible side effects. Call 1-800-555. AutoEpi will keep you alive.
Oh,
Here's a model of our device.
Okay, thank you.
There is some information about our research project.
Were there any other solutions other than the AutoEpi you thought about?
There were a couple solutions that we considered. We wrote some reports. One of them was we kind of thought that there was kidney disease and thought a device that might filter out the kidney. And then another idea about migraines and seizures being the same thing. So we could modify a medication that would solve both of them, or a device. But we ended with this one.
And how did you kind of sort those out? Did you do research on them and kind of think this was a better idea, or?
Well, we did research on them all, and we thought about which was most innovative and original, and also most close to home, because Jacob here has allergies, severe allergies. So this was actually his innovative idea that he brought to us with a report.
Who did what on the team as far as research?
Well, we all kind of did everything, but once we had our general solution, we all researched different things. Like David, he researched different types of implanted drug devices, and I kind of researched what tissue would be the best to put the model into, our implant into. So we all kind of had the same thing at first, but then we kind of split into different areas.
And to do our research, we each got a book, The Atlas of the Human Body, and we read that.
and you
homeschool team.
Yes, we are.
That's, how did you get together to do this? I mean, are some of you related, or are you in,
How did you form
how'd you form the group?
Well, we've actually held past robotics. Like we took, me and Simon and Ryan taught a robotics class, and so we really all know each other from either past things besides robotics or other robotics competitions.
And these two are brothers, and those two are brothers.
So how many years have you been together as a group? Is this your first year in the FLL competition?
First year with all of this group.
Okay.
We've all done it different amount. Well, we've done it different amounts individually. Well, with different teams and with the same team, basically.
Okay. So how did you develop your talent there for, you're as good as a rapper with your quick, you got a career there. It's a good course.
Just practice,
Very good.
memorize, practice.
Yes.
And the alien doctors, I mean, you really, have you ever seen Brother from Another Planet? It's a sort of like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good. I mean, the way that you presented yourself as outside experts, way outside experts, was very, very good.
It was kind of based on the Allstate commercials.
Okay, okay.
Did y'all have any problems as a team? Did you have any conflict?
Well, me and David once had a little bit of conflict doing missions, and
Which is David?
this one's David.
What happened?
We couldn't agree on what to do, so we kind of split up, and then eventually we rolled out one idea. I won't say which.
So you kind of worked and built separate models and then both looked at it and kind of came to the conclusion of which one you.
Yeah, we tried both ideas.
It's great. It's a great way to do it.
So I see that you shared some of your research with doctors. How were their responses?
They kind of they both said that it was a pretty good idea, but they kind of pointed out some problems that the device might have, and so that kind of got us thinking on how we could solve those problems they pointed out.
What did you come up with on solving those problems? Any kind of ways that you might address the problems that they pointed out?
There might be the problem of epinephrine not lasting forever. It only lasts about a year, and not to mention you can't expose it to very high heat. And the temperature of the human body is higher than the temperature that they can stand. So we would put insulation on the implant.
And so that's why you had to withdraw the epinephrine
Yes,
and
of
replace
course.
it with fresh.
And also one thing about the epinephrine is it has a range it's about room temperature range. So we think that it can be calibrated to the body's temperature because the body probably isn't going to change more than 10 degrees in your lifetime. So we think that it can be calibrated to just be those 10 degrees instead of the lower 10 degrees, or the lower 30 degrees.
2 minutes.
So are there any other things that they pointed out that you thought about when they looked at the idea? The one was the temperature and the plastic. Was there anything else that they kind of?
There was another one, because currently they don't have a small enough histamine sensor.
Okay. So that would have to be developed.
Yes.
Okay.
They only have them in labs right now.
Okay. Okay. But other than that, the doctors said back that it was really potentially a good idea.
One more problem they pointed out was that, one of them pointed out, is that some foods can cause your histamine levels to increase but wouldn't necessarily cause a reaction, and that might trip the device into releasing the epinephrine.
Okay.
But there would be no severe reactions to that because all epinephrine is it's adrenaline. And so right now we're producing a lot of adrenaline up here in front of you guys. So we might just be a little twitchy and our heart will be pumping faster because that's what it does. It's counteracting the histamine. So there would be no severe reactions if it was tripped accidentally.
The only thing would be if it were tripped, you might not have it when you need it.
You could
You could go to the hospital and refill it. Of course, I'm hoping that you would only have to go to the hospital to have a doctor do it the first few times, then you would know how to do it. So you could just get a prescription for epinephrine. I was okay with the V.
You're a good
The other
lead.
ones.
How did you come up with your presentation? Is it kind of a group thing that you came up with the ideas, or?
We all came with ideas on what we want. We were told to just think about when we were at home and all come back with some idea. And so this is what we ended up thinking.
Okay.
Time for one last question.
You presented your skit to two junior FLL teams. Are those the people that are here in the LASA?
Well, this is,
Or
Junior
who are the juniors?
The other groups, right?
Oh, the younger groups. Okay, so you shared your information with people younger than you are. How'd they like it?
They laughed at the funnier parts, like my side effects list and stuff. So,
They really love me dying. Everybody loves this guy dying for some reason.
And then we also presented our idea to Dr. Lieberman and another doctor also. So.
Just as a final thing too, as a compliment, I know how tough it is to do that, but I noticed you helping each other out when you kind of struggle with your lines for a minute, so that was great to do that. It shows how you support each other.
And you all clearly understand the topic. I mean, it's very evident.
Thank you.
thank you.
Have a great time. Have fun today.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Okay. Yeah, you're
Thank
good.
You can sit if you'd like.
Thank you.